Hey everybody, welcome to my messy shop. Probably know me, Tamer, from tamerbowling.com. So I've been drilling my own equipment for a little bit, and I just got the latest ball from Storm, so I'm going to open that up. Not 100% sure which one it is, but let's open it up. We'll check it out, talk about it, and drill it. You can see my place is a little messy here, but so what do we have? We have a Zen Master. Let's see what it looks like. Unbox. There we go. So, green, purple, black. A lot of big swirly colors. Looks like a lot of people have been loving the Zen. Obviously that's a pearl. So this is a solid. This is S77 response. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, the way that ball's been rolling for people, it's kind of a pretty, solid. I expect this to be kind of like a benchmark ball almost. Depends on how strong the cover is. This is S77R solid. Yeah, we'll see. So it's got this meditate symmetric core. So let me think about how I want to lay this out. Probably somewhere 4 1/4 or 4 1/2 inch pin. So the nice thing is when you're drilling for yourself, you can work pretty quick, and you'll see that I'm trying to get to a certain approximation of a layout. I mean, obviously I can sit here and measure the precise angle and all that, but I kind of know where I want the pin, and CG, honestly, it doesn't matter anymore, especially with the new regulations. So I don't really care where that lands, but this basically gives me about a 4 inch pin, say about, looks like it'll be about 35 degrees foul angle, drill angle. It doesn't really matter on this ball. So this tends to give me like a nice amount of flair, a strong but kind of readable transition. So, and I figure that should work nicely on a ball like this. So we're gonna start punching that. All right. So I use 3/4 reverse. So 3/4 reverse on my fingers and 1/4 forward on my thumb. And that's all, after the surgery to kind of get my hand, have a nice grip, but basically reducing the grip pressure and get the ball comfortably out. So we'll sit up. And I use the vacuum grip setup kind of like, the cheat way, right? So basically use a little bit of a bigger pilot at the top, smaller, the standard 31/32 at the bottom. Just allows some flexibility essentially without having to use those cups. It's always interesting. Yeah, so let's measure for the thumb. Alright, so now we're going to do the IT thumb. So I interchangeable thumb. And it makes it nice and easy, repeatable. Like I mentioned, I'm a quarter forward in the thumb, so. Alright, so we have holes. You can see a big mess. But let's get the IT in. These parts. Check, I might miss that pan hammer. Alright, so while that's setting, we can talk a little bit about, what we expect. So, again, we talked about the original Zen. I think the original Zen was a great ball, and a lot of people enjoyed that ball. I think you're going to continue to see it on tour. It's kind of it's a pearl, but it has a kind of reliable earlier read from the core, I guess, and I mean, you see a lot of different, I would say you see a couple different shapes from it. Some people get a lot of like boominess and bang down lane off the end of the pattern, and it is capable of that. Others get a little smoother reaction, a little early reaction. I know, like I had a very sort of flexible, versatile shot from the Zen. So basically, if I kind of moved it in a little bit, it kind of read smoothly and transitioned, early enough to still hit. And if I threw it away from the lanes into the friction, it definitely had the ability to make the turn and go. Now you put in a solid cover here, which for me from the left side, it's always nice to have some surface to slow down the ball where we don't have as much of a track built in, I guess, as the right side. And it allows you to kind of, for a house shot, throw it harder, into the dry area of the lane or dry edge of that wall, and still get movement, right? And with the smooth cover, it should be, with surface cover, it should be a little smoother but sort of reliable move. I'm looking forward to throwing this ball. I mean, factory, it's 3,000 grit. It looks, every bit of that. Some balls that have come with 2,000 almost look like this, but I actually think 3,000 is a really good matchup. I've seen it over the years. Storm has started to do it more often. I'm trying to think back. I'd say it was like a Victory Road Solid, maybe, that was 3,000 if I remember correctly. Anyway, I mean, there were a few lately, and here's another one, right, that they're releasing with 3,000. I expect this ball to look pretty good. We'll see how it looks when we get it out in a little bit. So this is the beautifying part of drilling balls. And then when you have 3/4 reverse, you gotta do something with the grips. You can probably hear the rain out there. So, rainy day. Starting to cool off a little bit here today. go. So that's the Zen Master. This is going to be the layout, and we'll be testing it soon.